Hi, boys and girls. We are still talking about visualizing today. Yesterday, I read you a little book about the lost and found. I just read a section of it, and I stopped in some spots in the book when I was seeing a picture in my head. So I was reading the words, and as I was reading, I would get a picture in my head. And we did the sunglasses page yesterday. So I saw something, and I wrote down the words that helped me to see that, okay? So today we're going to go even a step further, because when we visualize, sometimes we actually use more than just our eyes. We can use our five senses. So in a book, if it's written really well, it might have times where we can almost smell like we're in the book. We can imagine it, or we can almost imagine how it would taste because they've described it so well. Or we can use sight, or maybe we can hear something. We can almost hear it because they describe it so well, or we can feel it, right? So on this page that we're going to do today, there's different sections. So here's a nose. So if something in the book makes me almost smell something, I'm going to put that here. Here's eyes. Here's the mouth. Here's the ear, and here's the hand. So I picked a book that I know has lots of examples of using the five senses, and I'm going to stop at different points when I feel like I'm using one of my senses, and I'm going to write down some of the words from the book, and then I'll draw a quick sketch of kind of what I see, taste, feel, hear, and then you're going to have a book also. It was really hard for me to find you another book, but I think I found one. So the book that you're going to listen to, it's also an audiobook again, so that the pictures don't do the work for you, because I want it in your head. So the audiobook that I'm going to give you, I think it's called Trashy Town. It might not have every single one, but I would like you to try to fill in at least 3 for your assignment. And if you can do all 5, super bonus. But you fill in at least 3 when it's your turn on your book, okay? So this is the one that I'm going to do. I'm going to do it on the Seashore book. All right, so I'm going to start reading, and I'll stop along the way. What is the seashore like? A little boy asked his mother. He lived in the mountains and had never seen the sea. Mother smiled. Let's pretend, she said. It is early morning, and the seashore is hard to tell where the sea stops and the sky begins. Okay, so she's already describing kind of what it looks in the early morning, right? So I'm going to write here. Here's the book part. This is what the story said. It said, it's hard to tell where, did it say, where the sea stops and the sky begins? Where the sea stops and the sky begins. Okay, and so I kind of see like the sky, right, and the ocean, but it's all kind of hazy because it's night, and the sky and the sea are kind of the same color. So I kind of drew some clouds, and I kind of drew the waves, but then I kind of colored blue all over it because that's kind of what I see. I see it being all just kind of one color, blue. All right, so I'm going to keep reading, see if I use another sense. They are the same smoky gray until the mist shifts from gray to dark white, from dark white to pale purple, from pale purple to hazy blue, and then suddenly the sun breaks through. Ooh, I saw a lot there, but I already used up the eye part of my paper, so I'll keep going. It warms the cool sand. It turns the sea green, and the beach is golden gray. You run down to the water's edge, one small dark spot against the brightness of the sand and the sea. So here when it said it warms the cool sand, I can almost feel the sand. So I'm going to go down here to where the hand is, the feel. Okay, and I'm going to write, it warms the cool sand. I know what cool sand feels like. Now this is a really hard thing to draw, right? But I can almost, like I can see the sand, right? And I can almost like feel, I'm going to draw like a hand, I think. And I'm horrible at drawing hands. But I can feel, and I'm going to draw like little dots all over the hand because I know when I pick up the sand and it kind of like rubs through my fingers and it's cool and kind of damp, I know what that feels like. So I'm remembering right now, right, what it feels like. So that's kind of what I drew. Okay, let me keep reading. You bend over and pick up a stone washed smooth by the sea. You find tiny brown snail shells and oyster shells, crusty gray outside and smooth pearly pink inside. You pick up a clam shell half open, and inside a live clam snaps the shell closed. In my hand? The little boy asks. In your hand, the mother says. Okay, so when the boy, they're imagining, remember, the mother's describing this, so the boy's imagining because he's never been to the sea. So he scooped up a clamshell and it snapped shut, so I can hear that sound, that little kind of sound. So I'm going to put that over here with the ear. So I'm going to draw the clamshell and I'm going to make little lines to show that it's snapped, and I'll write the word snap. Okay, so what did I say? A live clam snaps the shell closed. A live clam snaps the shell closed. There we go. All right, I'm going to keep reading. Here we go. Then you reach down again and pick up a white gull feather from the gulls flying overhead. We sit at the edge of the water and build a castle of wet sand until the waves wash up and suck it back to sea. The cold water makes your skin feel like peppermint and you are tired. Oh man, that would have been a great touch. The cool water makes your skin feel like peppermint, so kind of prickly, like when you have a peppermint in your mouth and it kind of burns, right? That same kind of feeling. Okay, I still haven't found one for smell or taste yet. Let's see. You lie down in the hot noonday sun now, and it feels warm as a big soft cat covering you. Oh man, that would have been another good feel. Warm as a soft cat's covering you. Taking away the chill of the waves, and the swish-swashing sound of them lulls you to sleep. Oh, here would have been a great sound. The swish-swashing sound of them lulls you to sleep. Another great one. I watch while you sleep, and you don't see two little gray sandpipers run past you. But when you wake up, you do see their claw prints like pencil lines in the sand. Hey, remember these? It's like Piper from that movie. You rub your eyes, and it seems there is nothing in the world except the sound of the wind rising and falling song of the waves. Okay, so again, there was another sound of the wind. There's a lovely picture. Oh, let's see. Oh, here's a taste one. I'm going to skip ahead. We sit there together and eat our sandwiches and drink lemonade from our thermos and watch the small brown sand crabs squaggling at our toes. So they're drinking the lemonade. So I'm going to say, we drink lemonade from our thermos. I'm just going to shorten it. Drink lemonade from our thermos. And so I can see the thermos. I'm visualizing the thermos. It has a little lid like this, but sometimes we have little cups. And I'm gonna put a little lemon in my cup, and I can taste the lemonade. I can imagine tasting lemonade. Okay, I didn't find one for smell yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video because that's okay. Not every book has every single one of these in it. Your book called Trashy Town probably will have a smell one because trash is stinky, right? So you can probably be on the lookout for that one. And it's also about a garbage man driving around. And when garbage trucks drive around, I think they make noise. So you could maybe be on the lookout for that, or maybe different things that they see. Touch, maybe. Definitely not taste. I highly doubt you're going to find anything about taste in a trash truck book. I hope not, at least. Anyway, just try to fill out at least 3 on your book, Trashy Town. Okay?